As if the coronavirus and quarantining and social distancing and the economic meltdown weren't bad enough, now you've got me talking to you on your screen. You can only expect locusts will be next, but keep watching anyway. Seven years ago, shortly after attending my first VidCon, I sat at this very table and recorded my first YouTube video. Its title, YouTube for Old People and Everyone. In it, I gushed about my optimistic enthusiasm for online social media. I saw in it the potential to connect people in a world that seemed to be increasingly fragmented and isolated. I felt it could bridge gaps between old and young, rich and poor, black and white, urban and rural. A way to reach out and find the common threads that bind us together as humanity in one richly diverse but ultimately shared planet. All we needed to do was find our voice, a willingness to risk speaking out, and a chance to listen to others. Everyone could do it. Everyone should do it. Why wouldn't you? In the ensuing years, I uploaded literally hundreds of videos. I didn't become a viral celebrity, but that was never my goal. I did have a lot of fun, and I met and made many friends, including many from around the world and from communities both near and far that I had barely known existed, let alone been involved with before. I never settled on a particular style or focus because I didn't want to be a brand. I just wanted to be me, just Steve. And that's what I did, and I loved it. I talked about everything under the sun, from the most personal problems and victories to the most global movements and causes. I worked with friends on projects from the utterly ridiculous to the seriously sublime, and I learned about art and music and science and math and books and authors and people and running and creative, joyous, passionate life. I loved it. But in the last couple of years, I've drifted away. Uploading became rare, and for quite a while now has ceased altogether. The world outside of YouTube had become overwhelming, in particular with the election of 2016. Instead of the world becoming more united, we were suddenly, or at least more obviously, more fragmented and divided than ever. It seemed a more pressing problem than online social media could deal with, and which, in fact, social media too often seemed only to exacerbate. The world inside YouTube changed too. There were fewer and fewer individuals vlogging from their bedrooms and dining room tables. Fewer and fewer creators sharing their thoughts, ideas, questions, and experiences. Everyone was branding. Everything was more focused, and everything started to look like it was shot by a major Hollywood production studio. Slick production and smooth effects were the order of the day. If you didn't have the technical know-how, the budget, and the time to make it look like Netflix, well, why would you bother? That's what everyone wanted to watch when we weren't watching the Marvel Comics universe unfold on the big screen, or the ever-increasing amount of must-see TV available on Netflix. If you weren't looking for that on your own, the algorithms were sure to steer you in the proper direction anyway. To be honest, it's felt kind of sad around the YouTubes for a while now. Even the most treasured communities seem to be pulling themselves apart at the seams. It's been easier to walk away, to keep our distance. But now comes the coronavirus, COVID-19. Social distancing and self-isolation. We've got time on our hands, and with the possible exception of toilet paper, there is nothing we are lacking so much as connection, as conversation and interaction with our friends, with family, with our fellow human beings. And the thought creeps back into our mind. Remember when? And how good it was? And could it be like that again? Is it still out there to be found if we just, picked up a camera and spoke? I don't know for sure, but this seems like as good a time to find out as any. Maybe the perfect time, really. It's April 1st, April Fool's Day, sure, but more importantly, what traditionally kicks off the start of VEDA, vlogging every day in April. A 30-day challenge that few of us have ever mastered completely, but that undoubtedly has pushed us to more productivity on the platform than we likely ever would have managed otherwise. I'm back, and I'm in, and I hope you'll join me. I'll be a little bit rusty, and I was never that smooth to begin with. I don't know exactly where I'll end up going with this, but it was fun sometimes before, and it helped sometimes before, and it mattered sometimes before. I think it can again. Let's find out together, shall we? If you've got anything you'd particularly like to see, questions you'd like to ask, projects you'd like to pursue, Let me know down in the comments. I'll be watching and listening. Till next time, don't forget to be awesome, and I will talk to you again soon, hopefully.